Yo, what's going on, guys? So today I want to touch on a topic that I don't think anyone else has ever touched on. I haven't seen any YouTubers, anybody talk about this, and I thought I should talk about it because it's been really bugging me. And it's the fact that the school system, in particular the middle school and high school systems, have not taught us proper nutrition strategies at all. This stuff, what I always talk about, energy balance, calories in, calories out, even more, macros, that kind of stuff, just basics, should be taught in middle school. Everyone should know how to lose weight properly, yet this isn't taught. Just like how taxes aren't taught. That's the stupidest thing ever. So today I want to touch on my view on this topic. Now, I know we all have gym classes or had gym classes. That's different. They're just getting you outside. They're just getting you to play dodgeball or basketball to burn calories and stay active while you're in school. That's not the same thing as actually teaching you the basic fundamentals behind what drives weight gain and loss, in particular just energy balance. If they would just teach people energy balance, that would be such a big step and people wouldn't be so goddamn confused. Gym class, they just get you to burn calories. It's not, you gotta learn the underlying concepts, because what happens once you're out of school? Like you're not exercising as much, or you don't want to exercise. You don't even know what to do because you were just exercising in school, but you're out now. You don't understand how to lose weight because no one freaking taught you. Those gym classes don't teach you shit. Yes, there are kinesiology classes like there were at my high school. I took it in grade 12 because I'm, of course, interested in that kind of stuff. But there was maybe 20 out of, 700 people in the whole high school that would take it. So that's nothing. Like, it's optional. They need to make this mandatory. This nutrition basic stuff. Calories in, calories out, macros, everything I always talk about. The most important stuff. How to gain and lose weight. Need to be mandatory. This is like taxes. You need to teach people how to do it. So this is going to help with the obesity crisis. If people actually know how to lose weight, they may have a better chance. Maybe they still won't because they're lazy, but at least give them a chance. People, like, these schools aren't even giving people a chance because they're not even learning the proper, methods. So when people aren't taught the proper methods and what actually drives, progress, they will resort to whatever someone else said. Someone who looks good, they're going to take their advice because they look good and they don't know any better. And this is why everyone, when they're just getting into fitness or want to get into it, are so vulnerable to scams and these little fast tricks, because everyone wants to see fast progress. But if we were taught in 8th grade that progress does not come by a freaking fat burner or a testosterone booster, we would be so much better off and wouldn't fall for these scams. It would save money in the long term. But we're not taught that. Then, for example, people will just try out keto, right? And they'll see progress on keto because you're cutting a bunch of carbs out. You're cutting all carbs out, so you're cutting calories, right? So they'll see progress, and then they get very attached to it and form some sort of cult. They're like, keto is the only way because I lost weight on it. But they don't understand that you were in a calorie deficit and that's what drove it. They get so attached to their specific way, and they just start spreading that misinformation that that's the only way to lose weight, or that's the way to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you guys have seen some of these nutrition cults, I like to say, like the low carb groups that they blame everything on hormones and insulin. It's all insulin's fault. Calorie deficit's been debunked, all this crap, because they went on low carb and they think that's the only way that they're going to lose weight is if it's low carb. And then they listen to some guy like Dr. Jason Fung or Eric Berg just promoting BS, and this is why they're so confused. And they weren't taught this, so they're going to believe someone who has doctor in front of their name, even though they're spreading misinformation. If there was a standard that every school in freaking Canada, my country, or in the States, or have to be taught certain nutrition topics that are agreed upon in the scientific literature, and it's the scientific consensus, that would make everything so much better and people wouldn't be so confused. They would understand why certain diets are working and why some aren't, and they wouldn't just fall for crap. And I hate to see it every single freaking day. I get messages about these quick fat burning workouts or this quick fat burning supplement that people want to know because they want these fast results. This misinformation keeps getting passed on and spread everywhere because it's not taught in schools properly, at least. And yeah, some people learn it in school because they're really interested in it, like me. But on average, the average person does not understand how to lose weight. It's just a fact. They don't understand how to do it, and they're going to try and find something that'll make a quick fix so they'll lose weight. Your parents do not know everything about nutrition. They didn't learn it in school unless they really studied it. I'm just talking about the average parent here. they didn't learn in school. So they're going to pass on what they've formed, like what they have in their head, which is maybe low carb. Maybe they didn't know what they're doing. Maybe it's this freaking blood diet. Like, you never know. And they'll pass that on to you, and then you pass that on to your kids and spread it to your friends. And, you know, that's how misinformation is spreading. But if there was a standard taught in all schools, this wouldn't happen. I love how the schools are getting people to exercise. That's awesome. Gym class, great. Go do some dodgeball, burn some calories. But you're not teaching people the underlying reasons as to why you need to exercise and why you need to eat in a caloric deficit if you want to lose weight, why you have to eat in a surplus if you want to gain weight. These aren't taught. So what's going to happen after this, let's say Jimmy gets out of high school, he's not very active, and he has no gym class anymore. And he's wondering why he can't lose weight, and he doesn't know what he's doing. And then he goes on these spirals and gets into these weird diets and starts crash dieting, messes up his metabolism, has no idea what he's doing for years and years and years. In my high school, I was just given a food guide, Canada's food guide. Whoever's from Canada, you've probably seen that before in middle school or something. That's still not teaching you what to do, though. They just tell you things you should be eating. Yeah, everyone knows they should be eating fruits and vegetables. Do they do it? No. They don't. If people actually understood basic concepts, instead of just being told to eat fruits and vegetables, they would be much better off at actually making progress. And again, even if people know everything, they're not going to make progress if they don't put their, do action and actually do what they're supposed to do, of course. But if they have the knowledge, they're more than likely going to do it than if someone didn't have the knowledge. So you may as well spread the knowledge. Also, these food guides never talk about flexibility. They just say cut out sugar, cut out grains, cut out all this crap on these super restrictive diets that they propose. Like, no one is going to follow that. That's why no one follows it, because they're so restrictive and they don't promote any kind of flexibility. If people were actually taught energy balance, which in my opinion is the most important factor that needs to be taught in schools, like right now, macronutrient breakdowns, how you have to get in enough protein, how you should be eating a high protein diet. I haven't heard my school talk about that. High protein diet, nope. How to optimize your fat and carb ratio, just calculate your macros. That kind of stuff should be taught in schools. And I can't believe it still isn't. I hope one day they actually teach it. And it is taught. I'm not saying it's not taught, but it's not taught to the extent that every single person has to learn it. You don't. It's like an option to people who are interested in it, especially in my school. Maybe in the States it's completely different. Who knows? But in my school in Canada, that's not what happens. So if you gain some value from this video at all, please leave it a like. Great for the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed already, do it. I'm going to be pumping out videos all the time. And I'll see you guys in the next video.